After $4 billion deal with Tesla, Hertz says it will rent out half of those cars to Uber drivers. Drivers with at least a 4.7 star rating will be able to rent a Model 3 for $334 a week before taxes and fees. Wow. That's a lot of Uber driving they're going to have to do to cover that. Days after it announced it will, quote, initially add 100,000 Teslas to its US and European fleet, the car rental company Hertz said Wednesday that it will make up to half of the battery electric vehicles available to Uber drivers in an expanded rental program. Separately, Hertz signed a deal to provide the used car retailer Carvana with vehicles coming out of its rental fleet. Companies like Carvana are struggling to find inventory in the face of a severe shortage of both new and previously owned vehicles. Obviously, we've talked about this at great length over the last month with here on the Entrepreneurs, but today's partnership with Uber is another major step forward in Hertz becoming an essential component of the modern mobility ecosystem and executing on our commitment to being an environmentally forward company, says their interim CEO, Mark Fields. The long struggling rental firm said Monday that it would acquire at least 100,000 Teslas, while also looking at the possibility of adding battery electric vehicles from other manufacturers. It was to create one of the largest EV rental fleets in the world. So starting next month, customers will be able to rent Tesla Model 3 sedans at Hertz locations in Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, and Washington, D.C., with plans to expand nationwide by the end of the year. Motorists will be able to charge up at Hertz locations at Tesla's network of supercharger stations. So that's an interesting thing. So they're going to have their own charging stations at the Hertz locations. So that's a big boon there as well for Tesla. I'm not sure who's footing the bill for all that, but probably I assume it's Tesla. Like when I think about like the Wawa, up the corner here, they have Tesla chargers, and I'm pretty confident Wawa didn't pay for those. A handful of Uber drivers already use electric vehicles, which the longer range offered by Tesla products makes it possible without having to charge up as frequently as earlier electric vehicles. So yeah, so this is cool. I just at $334, if the fee, taxes, I don't know what the taxes are on rental, but if you figure it's like, I don't know, 15% between taxes and fee, what would that be? An extra 33 plus 15, so like an extra $45 on top of that. So I mean, you're getting real close to $400 a week, $1,200 a month. I mean, geez, like you could just buy a car at that at that point. But it is an opportunity if you wanted to be a full-time taxi driver. So I think this is a good move on Hertz part, and great for Tesla to have 100,000 vehicles go out the door and advertise, more advertising, because now Hertz is going to probably be advertising that they got Teslas in their fleet. So it's kind of a win-win. I would say Tesla's probably the bigger winner here because they don't have to actually find the customers, and they are not the company that is coming out of bankruptcy. So we will track it, and we will see here on the Entrepreneurs.